I am enjoying Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. Those are words I didn't expect to be controversial in 2025, but they are for some reason. Welcome to Forward and Back again. It's been I think it's been 2 years, Jesse Cox, since we've done a show. Is that correct?
It's been a while, yeah, because I caught up. I went forward and back again, and I caught up.
Yeah, you are.
And then got ahead of you somehow.
Oh boy, is this what you've done? Is this what the FC is these days? Just a
says
harem?
The man in a bikini. Yeah.
Hey,
yes.
it's summertime, man. It's vacation. I'm on a vacation. You know?
I didn't do any of this. I must stress, am not in charge of the FC at all.
For legal reasons.
Yeah.
No
one puts me in charge of anything.
Yeah, you must address that for legal reasons. You are not in charge of the FC.
I don't run anything. I don't think I can even invite people.
Well, there you go.
I'm just here, man.
There you go. Yeah, it's an interesting time, especially at this exact time of recording for Final Fantasy as the social media rages on.
We didn't pick a weird time.
We picked a really odd time to...
we didn't do this. We didn't plan this. It just happened the way it did.
Yeah, it was just, I guess, depending on how you look at it, it's either serendipitous or cursed, I guess, on which side of the coin you fall.
Yep.
But yeah, I didn't expect... So I guess, like, full disclosure, like you just said, you are caught up to 7.2.
Correct.
We are... I guess less than 24 hours. Is the live letter tonight or is it tomorrow night?
It is today's Wednesday, so it would be 2:30 a.m. Friday and or Thursday night, depending on when you go to
Got
bed.
it. Okay, so we're about...
If you're on the Pacific Coast.
About 30-ish hours then from the 7.3 live letter, where we'll most likely be getting the launch date for that 7.3
trailer,
patch.
all the different things. Yeah.
Yeah, which will probably be like early August-ish, first or second week of August, I think is what everyone's suspecting for that. And that'll be the final patch of Dawntrail, which, again, that's a loaded statement, I think, for a lot of people. Yeah.
In theory. We don't know.
Okay. Because it is a little bit of a different expansion in every sense of the word, right? Like it's
strange, yeah.
It's been a strange time for me in the world of Final Fantasy, especially given that the expansion came out. I hit level 100 on like a handful of classes. I think I have Scholar, Summoner maxed out. Those are the only like battle jobs I have maxed, but then my crafters and Disciple of the Lands are all 100 for the most part, with a handful of them not being. But I just started the main story about 2 weeks ago ish.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, so all right, never mind. I was thinking, how could you possibly have level 100s, but you don't need to do the story in order to level up? So that checks out. You just need the expansion, right?
Yeah. And the reason, the very specific reason that those jobs are leveled to 100 is because all of my retainers are Scholars or Summoners. And so I needed my retainers to be level 100 because if you're not aware, have a retainer problem. I have 10 retainers.
You have too many, is the answer.
No,
you have
10.
as many retainers as you have monitors, as far as I'm aware. Yeah.
I have 10 retainers, and I have not unsubbed to Final Fantasy really since Heaven's Ward, but especially over the past year, because I still actively, with air quotes, play Final Fantasy 14.
You just have your retainers? You just farm out your work to your 10 personal servants? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. I just have 10 retainers that I set a clock, like a timer on my phone for when I'm interested in doing it, and I do quick ventures and log in every hour, and that's how I make my monies. So I have a large house, and I'm sitting on like 53 million gil right now, which, grand scheme of things, not that much when you start looking at other long-term Final Fantasy players, but I'm happy with it.
Okay.
I get things every once in a while. My inventory's a mess. The biggest thing, if you want to get into the nitty gritty boring stuff on the retainers, for the longest time, I had everything parsed out to where I had like every crafting material in like full stacks on my retainers.
I have questions, but all right.
And then
why?
I was like,
but
I don't know why I have this. I should just turn all of this into gil. And then my grand plan is to get every left side armor in the game. So like every dungeon set, every like for transmog purposes.
I must stress to you, I love that for you. I would never do that.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, there was one set piece I really, really wanted. And after running the dungeon, I'm going to say 20 times, it finally dropped. And I was like, never again. I don't care enough to do that ever again. No, that sucks. But good luck.
It takes a while. It takes a while. But luckily, the retainers have done, when you have 10 retainers over the course of 5 or 6 years at any given expansion, you kind of just accrue sets naturally. But then it starts to come down to inventory space, right? Because
sure,
165 inventory slots times 10, and then you have 800 now glamour spots. But I found out as I really started playing again 2 weeks ago that they introduced glamour sets.
Yes.
So you can
space.
You can put take 5 things and condense them into one.
If you have a complete set of something, and it's not everything.
It's not everything.
But if it's one of those, it's like a pure glam set. If you have it all in your inventory, when you go to store it, there'll be a button that's like, yo, do you want to just say this is an outfit? And you can, and then it will save you 5 slots or whatever, and it works great.
Yeah. So that saved. I spent. I don't want to say how long I spent because it was a Herculean task to go through my 800 glamour spots.
Yeah, if you have a max 800, same here.
Yeah.
I would say take that time. Take an hour one day and just do it. Yeah.
I freed up a lot. And funny enough, because I play a bunny, I realized I'm missing the headpiece on 60% of the sets.
Yes.
Because there's no reason to farm it.
You can't do it. Right.
There's no reason to farm it. But I have heard in 7.3 they are going to be adding a lot of different bunny heads. They've got the technology now, so we can get those head slots working on bunny characters, which I'm very excited about. I'm trying to think what else I've apart from story, what else I've been doing. I have started PvPing because I never did that prior.
Like real PvP or front lines?
No. I've started doing what do they call it in the world of Final Fantasy? The crystalline conflict.
Love that for you. Hate crystalline. I mean, I'm just not good at it. I can't say I hate it. I just am not good at it, and I don't care to become good at it.
It's an interesting thing. I'm doing it because of the mount at rank 25, which is I think why most people do it. Is to get the different gear and whatnot that you can get because it's going away when the patch hits, right? Like season 8.
What is the mount?
It is I forget.
Oh! You're talking about just the Momstone mount.
Yeah, the season pass thing. Yeah, the Magitech slasher.
Oh, I thought there was some sort of achievement you were going for. It's like, what do you mean achievement's going to go away? Okay, never mind.
No. The Magitech slasher. I think it goes away. It might just be.
It will. It will.
Okay.
When 7.3 comes out, it'll go away. I'm currently looking at it. I'm 14,000 points away from getting it. So a few days, I could probably have it if I just did front lines.
Yeah, that's not. I very quickly, I realized the company I keep is very much of the hardcore variety, which is maybe a whole nother conversation when it comes to Final Fantasy. But I was linked a Excel spreadsheet, like a Google Doc, really, to be exact, spreadsheet, where you type in your series level, your XP towards next level, and your desired level. And the sheet basically calculates and breaks it down, given the day of the next patch, how many matches per day you need to run to get to that level. And so at this point, if the patch launches on the 5th, I need to run 110 matches, which is 8 matches a day, not counting the dailies, to get level 25.
I must stress to you what's hilarious about this is my version of that thing. It's not PvP, it's trusts. I literally have a Google spreadsheet doc some guy made of every trust and how many times you have to run X dungeon with which person to get them to max level so you can get them into bathing suits.
Oh, right. I forgot about the bathing suit thing. Yeah.
Yep. I'm the exact same vibe, different thing entirely.
Yeah, there's a lot of grinds. If you
it's an MMO,
in this game, without question.
But the thing is none of that's necessary. Like, you don't need to do the PvP, you don't need to do the trusts. They're there for additional content for people who like to grind, which is always weird to me when people are like, "There's no grinding." Like, I just want to play. It's all the single player stuff. I'm like, have you done any of these things? There's so much grinding, and I'm not a grinding fan. I hate it.
Yeah,
but here I am.
It's been. I've actually. I mean, this is less Final Fantasy and more just, I guess, personal growth, personal changes in how I play MMOs. Since Dawntrail has come out, I have leveled to max level in WoW Classic Hardcore twice, and also leveled in Lotro. Not hardcore or anything, but just leveled a character in Lotro. And I think playing those games has made me appreciate the grinds, or rather be open to the grinds of Final Fantasy. And so I'm enjoying it more. Like, I don't mind. I look at 110 matches of PvP and I'm like, great. Like, that number is not off-putting to me. Because I think I've played all those other MMOs and seen, like, you know, the old school grinds that used to exist.
Yeah, the real ass grinds that, yeah.
Yeah. And so now it's been a very odd experience to go, you know, full circle. It's been a very odd experience to come back into the Final Fantasy world and, you know, kind of walk around jovially and just saying like, oh, this is great. I'm having fun. Like, I'm glad to be playing Final Fantasy again. And then, you know, I start getting the finger waggles at me. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't.
I'm curious about you going to WoW and stuff. My assumption, just with no information whatsoever, but based on what I know of the time period over the last year, to me, I would wager that when you went back to WoW, you went back because people were making guilds and doing promo things and doing all sorts of crazy stuff with Classic and things like that. Like, and so it was kind of like the streamer thing to do. And everyone was like, we're part of this. We're doing a thing. It's fun. I like this. Rather than you being like, I don't want to play Dawntrail. I feel like you instead were like, I want to do this thing for fun because everyone else is doing it. That kind of thing. Yeah,
exactly. It was never a slight on Dawntrail. I never like shunned Dawntrail. I just had other interests, other things that I was playing. And I think, didn't the, like, at Dawntrail launch, because I remember I woke up, I had just moved after moving a month prior. So I moved twice to Austin and then to another house in Austin. I think 2 weeks prior to Final Fantasy 14 Dawntrail. And then Elden Ring came out
the next week or 2 weeks later. Yeah.
Was it before or after Dawntrail?
Reverse that. Yes, it came out right before.
It came out a week before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I was knee deep in the Elden Ring DLC, and I remember I remember even experiencing, maybe with you, the like Yoshi P, like I'll give you 1 week meme.
Yeah, we were laughing about that. Yeah.
And I remember that very vividly. And so I made the decision, like, you know, I'm gonna jump back into. I want to finish Elden Ring. And then I don't know where I went from there. I will say that there was like a pretty initial, I guess, pushback regarding Dawntrail at launch that kind of swayed me in terms of having interest to go back and like push the story.
But I also feel like as a entertainer, as a streamer, you want to stream stuff people will watch. And by the time you were ready to stream Dawntrail, the Dawntrail viewers were like, half of them were already upset or angry for whatever reason.
Right.
And didn't want to watch Dawntrail.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it.
Because you were even delayed in your story playthrough by about a week, right?
I'm perpetually delayed. I hilariously, every time I go out of town is when they want to drop something. In fact, I'm going to the UK for a wedding in the beginning of August. So like, them be like, new one's coming out. I'm like, cool guys, as always. So it's fine. I'll get to it.
Yeah. Okay. And so all of that, how much, 15, 16 minutes of rambling, I started the Dawntrail story. And I really had, I think, the lowest of low expectations, right? Because the general consensus around Dawntrail was just negative. It was, at least from what I ascertained from like social media, which naturally it's going to be negative because that's what the algo is going to feed most people.
Right. It's loudest voice syndrome.
Yeah. And so I went in with two things. One, okay, this isn't going to be the best expansion. That's fine. I don't have, my hype is not at a level that it was a year ago whatsoever. And secondly, the whole reason that I decided to play it was because I did a subathon in June. And one of the goals, because my community really wanted me to play it, was if we reached X amount of subs, I would take kind of the, air quote business expense, the business hit of streaming Final Fantasy XIV, which just doesn't do well, and I would play the story on stream. And so we hit that, and I started it as soon as the subathon ended, and that was about 2 weeks ago. And I stopped on Sunday, having just finished the first, maybe the final cutscene I saw, and I guess spoilers if you haven't played Dawntrail. The final cutscene I saw was the most handsome row in the game, which I learned you cannot get the face of said row, whose name starts, it's like Ket Sarnum or Ket...
Keterum?
Keterum, yeah, Keterum, being assassinated or something. There was a sword slash at his back, and that was the final cutscene that I saw prior to recording. And my chat said that's a great place to stop.
So you are at the end of the who's gonna be the new leader arc.
Yeah, well, that cutscene was at the end of, I think, kind of the first half of Dawntrail, right? So we have
a new leader crowned.
Yeah, we've got Wuklamot crowned with Graha Blast as the partner in crime because you have two heads.
Graha Blast, get out of here.
Yeah, you've got two heads, and I understand that whole thing.
Sure.
The community was very quick to let me know all the meme names of folk.
I have not heard Graha Blast. That's very funny.
Yeah, Graha Blast is what they said. Let's here we'll change the scenery a bit. I'm gonna port to the first city that I know of, and you can follow along. Right out of the gate, I don't know how to refer to anything in this zone. This entire continent, none of it is pronounceable. None of it.
Agreed, but once you hear it enough, it kind of like the city Tuliolol, right? Like once you hear it, it makes sense. But there's a lot of things that I think with this expansion especially that upset me where they give you the word and then it'd be 25 minutes before a character in-game says it. And I'm like, that's how you pronounce it? Never once did I get it correct. Never once.
Yeah, the only one I know how to pronounce is Wachumeki, which is my favorite. I like Wachumeki. Is the crafter area for Tuliolol? I don't know how to say it.
Tuliolol.
All of the zone names are just Urkopacha is fine. Kozamawaka and Yaktel are those are the only zones that I know of at this point. I've seen 3 of 6 zones. I'm pulling up I don't know what the other 3 zones are at all.
And I will not tell you.
Yeah, and I'm actually, having played all of the other Final Fantasy expansions at launch and also played the other Final Fantasy 14 expansions right after watching all of the big trailers, which contain spoilers for like potential zones, you kind of have an idea of where you're going somewhat theme-wise. I have forgotten all of that stuff. I have no idea where we're going. The only context clues I have are the dungeon gear that my retainers have brought back to me. And that's it. So like I knew that the first, I know all of the dungeon names, I guess, in terms of the gear. Like I don't know what Uweyawata is, but I have gear pieces from that.
Have you done any dungeons yet?
Yeah, I've done the first 3. Let's see, what dungeons have I done? I've done, I think this is just your sick joke of making me pronounce them. I've done
I would never.
Katumu, which is the river ride.
Yes, love that dungeon, very fun.
I've done Workor Zamor, which is the mountain, like giant area. And then, a very odd turn of events. I've done the Dead Dungeon Baby, or the Dead Baby Dungeon.
You're right, the Sky Deep Cenote. Yes.
That was not on my bingo card. To do a dungeon where it's literally
it got pretty dark.
Yeah.
I will say, one of the interesting things, and this isn't necessarily a spoiler, but the way the story goes from this point is vastly different. Like, I don't want to spoil it. I'm not going to tell you a damn thing about it, but like, there is a note change in what happens. But interestingly enough, and I think this is one of the reasons why there was a lot of negativity about the expansion, and I just discovered this morning when I was doing my one of my new Beast Tribe quests, or whatever we call them now. That storyline about the Mamook and the people and that the one you just did, that dungeon, that kind of wraps up, and it's like, boy, they've been at war for so long, and they did all these crazy things to make these like super babies or whatever.
Yeah.
In a normal Final Fantasy 14 game, that would be a thread they pull on that we'd experience in the story as a whole. That's not going to get touched on again in the main story. However, in a very World of Warcraft-esque experience, after you complete the story, when you start doing the side things, in this case, the Beast Tribe that's there.
Oh, okay.
Suddenly, that's the focus of the story. Which to me, I'm like, wait, so the conclusion of like wrapping up loose ends with this was me gathering herbs? Like, I don't know why it's hidden behind it. That's like, I'm glad I got it. It was so needed, and I'm like, thankful it's there, but it's also a weird thing to put behind a gated thing, which made me think of WoW completely. I was like, oh my God, it's like rep grinding in WoW.
Sure.
Which, not a fan of. I never liked that. I'm glad I got it, but I was like, I hope we don't do this anymore. Like before in Endwalker or in Shadowbringers, the bonus stuff was additional things that made the story better, but didn't just complete the story. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's something weird they did this expansion that I'm not sure I enjoy, but I got it anyway. So like, I enjoyed the story. I thought the wrap up really well done. Like, I don't want to spoil what happens or what it is, but I was like, that's pretty cool. I'm glad I got to see that. But again, it was behind rank 6 of me gathering herbs. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. I mean, I can kind of understand where they could go with that story in terms of, as a society having to, like, I guess, move forward with that being a thing of the past, and the fact that, the people at charge, at the helm of that society were the ones that were taking the onus for it. And that actually happened in the cutscenes too, where I was like, I mean, this guy's kind of an asshole, and we're just kind of hand waving over the fact that he would kill 99 of 100 babies basically because they weren't like, the blessed, I think is how they described it in the story, the blessed child. And Wuklamad and everyone is like, that's fine, man. You've changed. It's a thing of the past.
They hit him with you'll be better now, right? And they're like, yeah. And it's like, okay, we got to leave now.
Yeah. Which I think is fine given the characterization of Wuklamad. And I think kind of fits the grander narrative of Wuklamad. At the same time, I could see why people would be kind of upset about that, because they do that with a lot of things, right? Like the twin-headed bozo who summons Valagamanda or whatever. Basically, an annihilation level creature gets let loose. We slay or put the creature back on ice or whatever happens to them. I forget the exact thing. And then the next big cutscene is us being like, dude, we get it. It's fine. We beat your ass. Now let us feel bad for you. Right. Tell us about your growing up.
Yeah, the only way that lands for me is the fact that we beat that boss so quickly and so easily without people dying, but it was a threat, a legitimate world calamity threat. And we're like, you goober, why'd you do that? And he's like, I have mommy and daddy issues. And we're like, okay, let's talk.
Yeah.
It's like, all right. Okay.
Which is fine. Yeah, I also do like it's been a fun experience where all these things are happening and everyone's looking at all of the different Dawn servants to be like, hey, you guys are in a trial. We need you to go and do X, Y, or Z. And this person's so strong, they have so much power. And no one knows who the hell we are. Or
right.
that we were just at the end of the universe fighting, the end singer and just the crazy shit that we've done. We're just a random person to these people.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I'm wondering, one, if that's ever going to change or be revealed to kind of the people that be of this continent, or if that's just what the expansion is, if it's just the continent and the story of the continent, or to be more precise, the story of Wuklamad and kind of her, I guess, accepting of being a Dawn servant and her getting into that role. And where the story goes from there, because she's kind of already done that, right? Where I'm at level 95. And so now I don't know if it's going to be more of a, let's put it to the test, let's see how they are in action, or if it's just going to be something completely bananas.
If you remember at the media event, Yoshida was like, we did something, we took a swing, it's going to be wild. That's all I'll say about that. They even knew where it goes is crazy.
Okay.
So you have no clue. I cannot stress this to you enough. There is no guess you will have that will answer it correctly. It just won't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have heard, and I'm only stating this for the viewer, I have heard of a, I guess, controversial or much talked about moment / cutscene that I'm kind of close to. That apparently is a pretty big divisive moment. I have no idea what that is, but I was told to bring that up in our discussion by my community with you.
Okay. That you're close to?
Yeah, they said I'm about 2 or 3 hours off, I thought.
Maybe. There's several scenes. Here's the thing. There are many scenes in this expansion that I think can be controversial just because they hit different notes in different ways. So, as an example, without giving spoilers, there's a scene later that it's a fine scene, but the musical choice they use for it makes no sense. None whatsoever. And that's just an editing thing. Like if you take,
Are you talking about the
off,
Disney music thing?
There will be a scene that's kind of like, it's very bizarre. I don't know how to describe it.
Oh, because I saw the Disney thing where Wu Clement's at the top and then like there's weird vocals with someone singing.
Yeah, and they're like, we did it. Yeah. I think that's fine. I'm not too stressed about that.
Okay.
I was like,
all right, there's another one.
Clement's like, there's like a scene later that, and that could be what they're talking about, that just the scene itself is like very dramatic and very like, you know what it is? Remember in Endwalker when for a good 2 hours they played that really like, we're gonna go save the world music, but it was just you running around like talking to NPCs for a little bit?
Yeah, before you got on the ship.
Yeah. And it was just like really loud, and it's like, all right, I get, it's like a hype moment, I get it. But it is a lot of running around and talking, and we're not actually saving anything right now. It's that kind of vibe where just the tone doesn't match. And I thought it was hilarious.
Okay.
And I even like sang a little song to it, but like a lot of people laughed at it and thought it was really dumb and stupid, and they didn't like it. And they were like, this is one of the reasons this expansion sucks, like that kind of thing. It's not that serious, to be honest, but it was just one of those, I don't know why we did this. Like, I have no clue what the thought process was internally, but it doesn't affect anything. If you hit mute, it would be a fine scene, you know?
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay. I have no idea what.
And then immediately afterwards is one of the coolest cutscenes I've ever seen in my entire life. It's amazing.
Got it. Okay. I'm very interested then. I'm very curious. What that would. I've never heard, by the way, this particular song. It's usually much more upbeat.
Yeah, this is the chill version during the day. This plays after the like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not.
I've heard it plenty because I stay in this area and craft constantly because I like the music.
Yeah, no, it's good music. I guess we could, we'll use that as a jumping off point to talk about the music. It's been okay. I don't have any like super.
All right, stop everything you're saying right now.
Okay.
Because you're halfway through.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like so
I will
far,
say to you,
it's been pretty tame.
Yes, the music in this zone, fantastic. The music in the 3 zones you've been in, kind of more moody.
Yeah.
I think the first dungeon music is awesome, but other than that, kind of moody. The next dungeon, the very next one you're gonna do, might have my second favorite song in the game.
Really? Okay.
And then the one after that has another good one, and then the one after that has an incredible song. Like, the zones, everything just amps to 11 when it comes to music. So I'll say that.
Nice.
And leave it at that. And then the raids, dude, the trials, everything is so good.
I have seen like basically screenshots of that. Of the raids. I've not heard the music. It's very much a like, I don't know how we get to what I currently know this expansion to be to there. But that's going to be a little bit wild. When I say screenshots,
is the name of the game. Yeah, dude.
I've seen the guy that looks like he's got the giant sunglasses. I think they're sunglasses. That's all.
Yes.
That's the character I've seen. The raid boss, I guess I've seen. Yeah.
And that is great too. I think just like most of the time when it comes to raids, that's they like nail the music in those. And this is another example of like, yes, absolutely. It's the tonal shift. There's, like I said, music changes. It isn't going to be this big band stuff anymore. It becomes very like rocky, synthy. It's very cool. You'll see.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess we can kind of like walk around the different zones, and I'll tell you what I think about the story of kind of each thing. First off, I do very much enjoy this town, just from a aesthetic point of view.
It's fantastic. This is a solid, big, it feels massive. It somehow feels bigger than Charlian, too.
It does,
like it is,
yeah.
It's great. I like that it has, for most of the town, it has this sort of fun lore aspect to it. There's a lot of stuff, characters selling tacos. It's like, yeah, but this is the best taco stand in town. Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The fact that like they definitely go out of their way to be like, yeah, those boats in the distance, that's because we have a reef and like no one can get close to shore, so the boats have to park out there, and then they send their little boats across. I'm like, okay, I love little stuff like that. This is great. Good stuff. We're here.
It very much hit the like vacation theme for me.
Yes.
Right? Like
sure.
I think of like Polynesian or like Bahamas, that type of vibe.
I am curious about that because that was the point. They said it's a vacation.
Right.
And this, you're coming off saving the world, it's a chill vacation. How do you feel about that? Because I think that's been a big reaction in that, one, it's starting over. And two, the choice they made to start over was you're not the focus. It's this basically, like Wookie D. Lamati. And we're going to have a really positive like character, and you're going to basically be her mentor. Enjoy. No one knows who you are. We're starting this fresh little adventure, and you're going to follow her around. And you're like second fiddle. You're basically an Ardbert to this character.
Right.
How do you feel about that? Did you enjoy that?
I did not mind it because I think one, expectations were set, right, by the reception of the expansion. So I wasn't coming off of the Endwalker high, as it were. Or even before that Shadowbringer high, whichever expansion you want to say.
Sure.
And two, from a narrative point of view, I can't think of a better way to do that, right? Because you go from being this like all-powerful slaying, literal gods. I don't know how you move on to another expansion and keep the power levels interesting without putting another character in kind of that driving role, and you being a little bit more of the mentor role. I think that's kind of a clever way to do it.
There's only so many ways to do it. I literally made a video about that where I was like, either we play second fiddle, or we have our power taken away, or
right, they do the power taken away thing.
Yeah, or they up the power of another enemy, and then it becomes sort of like ludicrous in that like they can't just keep being more and more powerful. Like after a while it's out of control.
Yeah.
And I feel like out of all the options, leaving us with our power is the best one that they could choose. I feel like no matter what though, it's gonna suck because if we take away our power, people are gonna be like, I worked hard for that. I feel this sucks. Or if they include like an even more powerful thing, it's like, well, everything could like we're just gonna go to more like super space now and fight a super space. And then if we do this, it's like, well, it's a video game and I'm not playing the main character, so why am I playing? Like I don't know that there's a good win here.
It's a tough position for sure.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of said as such. If you go back 2 years or however long it's been, a year in episodes of this, I think we said as such, like, I don't know how they're going to handle that without alienating someone or some group. Because you're exactly right. Like there's only so many ways to do that. And so I'm fine with how they did it.
Yeah, a great example of like making an MMO is hard. I loved the fact that the Endwalker weapons were connected to Hildebrand and easy to get. I got every single one, maxed them out, was so happy with that. Because I hate grinding. I'm not a grinder.
Oh, I didn't realize.
The amount of people that
I didn't know they were that easy to grind.
They're literally just do your dailies and you'll get the things to get them. Yeah, super easy.
Okay.
And everyone was like, well, that's because you don't like MMOs and you don't get it, man. The grind is the thing. And I was like, all right, cool, but I hate that. All the big grind ones, I've gotten exactly one weapon from just to do it. But I refuse to do any more because I hate it. Yeah. And then Endwalker, I got every single one. That's just who I am as a player. And the point being, MMOs are filled with different players who want different things, and there's no way to make them all happy. So when people complain, I'm like, all right, it didn't land with you, but I guarantee I can find people it did land with.
Sure. Yeah. I think that's a pretty apt way of putting it. I walked over to the alpacas because I really enjoy the alpacas.
Yeah, you want to hang out with the alpacas?
I like the alpaca area. I thought these guys were great. And the story and the running joke of, Wu Clement being scared of him and yada, yada, yada. I enjoyed that aspect of it. But yeah, I agree with your assessment of that. Where
And it's no
the
different.
game got so
Every
big where
MMO
they have
has
to
that problem.
fulfill so many different types of players. And
Yeah,
someone's
yeah.
going to be upset. So I understand that. And I don't know where I feel like I can change my interest with what the game has given me. So if it's not, the super hardcore experience, then I'm fine with that. But if it is, then I'm okay with that as well. It just depends on, where the game's at that particular moment.
Sure.
Go ahead.
I think right now the big thing that I find interesting is that a lot of the debate right now is being positive about the game versus being negative about the game. And I think I don't care if you're positive or negative about the game as long as you're enjoying yourself. And the minute you stop enjoying yourself, then I don't know that you should play anymore. Like, go do anything else. And people, I guess, find that really hard to swallow because they're like, well, complaining about the game is letting the devs know. I'm like, it's fine to complain. If you want to write a thing online that says, I don't like this, this, and this, cool. But if it's your whole personality and then all you do is complain all the time, maybe find something else to play. Maybe you really don't like it anymore, and that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think as a content creator, I look at all of that with a different lens than
I do too, but I really don't want to call people out and be like, you're clearly just farming.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say that it's necessarily farming. I think a lot of times there's a direct parallel to viewership of said game, given the parallel to the average sentiment around the game, where
Sure.
if numbers are bad, you're gonna not be in the best of mood, or if numbers are great, you're gonna be in a really great mood, right? That's just kind of the curse of a content creator, I think, at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy XIV is a fantastic example of watching that in action, because the numbers, if you're looking at the stream numbers right now, for example, they are, when I first started playing this game in fall-ish, end of summer 2020, the numbers were roughly the same.
Yeah.
There was on average 4,000 total people watching Final Fantasy XIV online at any given time.
Right, exactly.
And that's when I started, and my numbers, I had, a couple thousand people watching me go through the story, and when a big moment would happen, it'd be way more, but people watched for the story, and they were excited to see me play it, and I was like, this is fun. But it wasn't until WoW kind of shit the can, and everyone was like, we're jumping ship, what is a thing that we can jump to that is currently getting a lot of popularity? That was Final Fantasy XIV. And then when bigger and bigger names joined in, more and more people watched, and then suddenly people who were in that community started blowing up.
Right.
In a way that they had not done ever before. And then when all that, the end of Endwalker hit, that big, long, multi-year arc of this is it. This is my job now. I'm making tons of money streaming. When that ended, and when, the Final Fantasy team had the I'm going to say, the audacity and the balls to say we're ending a story and we're going to start fresh and give you something new, that was a hard stop for a lot of people on that trajectory of the number keeps going up. And then it dropped dramatically because most fans care about the story. They're not here to watch you PvP or run a raid or do dailies. That's just not how it works.
Yeah.
And so when those numbers dropped, there was a little bitterness suddenly where it was I'm not making the money I once was. The game's the problem. Then Dawntrail comes out and it's okay, this is going to get us numbers again.
We're back. Yeah.
And it didn't really. All it did was maintain what it was. And I think for a lot of streamers, that's just the beast, it's all right, well, I got to move on to something else. And that's fine. I'm fine with that. If you go get your bag, but I think that for a lot of people, it's heartbreaking if that's kind of, it reminds me of the people that did Minecraft on YouTube, or when StarCraft was a thing and then that died, and all the StarCraft YouTubers had to find a home, and a lot of them just vanished.
Yeah, they vanished, right? Yeah, as part of that, yes, they did vanish.
Yeah,
it's how it goes sometimes, right? It's
and
part
it
of
sucks because it's it's a job that you can work at and then in a moment's notice can be taken from you. But that's any job, really. But, you know, in the streamer mindset, it's like, yes, line go up. Thanks for the viewers. This is great. I'm achieving something. And they can be taken away.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. And I don't have much else to add to that. That's a fairly succinct way of putting it.
I mean, and I think as a good streamer, you know, you and I would both say, hey, if you are streaming and you aren't happy with what you're doing and it isn't helping you grow as a channel, then don't do that no more. Find something that works for you. Yeah.
Exactly. Change. Switch it up. Yep. I would agree. Completely sudden topic change. Where's the jumping puzzle? Is this it?
No. It is back over in the city.
Is it that giant the castle thing?
There might be one there, but there's definitely one that involves houses.
Oh. Okay.
And you have to end up getting to, you know, I think it's a lookout at the end, but
got it. Okay.
Yeah. That's a solid question. I remember wanting to do it in the beginning. I couldn't tell you where it's at now because, like all jumping puzzles, I immediately forget they exist, so I never have to think about it.
Noted.
Because I suck at them.
I get it. I should also state, and we can talk a little bit about the classes. I currently am playing Warrior right now in PvP only because I really enjoy the stun. But story-wise, I've been playing as Viper. And checking out Viper, which I hit the buttons that light up, and that is my Viper skill at the moment. So it's pretty lacking, but I do enjoy the class. I have not touched Pictomancer. My understanding is that they were incredibly broken at launch, so much so that they were doing like insane levels of damage, and they had to do a severe nerf. Is that apt? Is that a proper way of putting it?
If anyone is telling you that Pictomancer is somehow not still flat busted, I don't know what they're talking about. It is probably one of the best damage dealing classes right now. That's based off no actual knowledge, but only the fact that they always seem to be doing the most damage.
Okay. I was told Viper and Samurai are like very good for single target, but I've not. Do I even have Picto unlocked?
I dressed up as the artist who thinks all of your art is derivative. That's my glam.
I love it. Yeah, I don't have Picto even unlocked, so I need to. I don't even have Blue Mage unlocked, but that's because Blue Mage in my mind doesn't exist.
Yikes! Do you even play this game, dude?
Does in Beastmaster a thing? Is that 7.3 or 7.4?
That is a thing that people are hoping we'll hear about on Friday. Yes.
Got it. Okay.
But there's been no word at all since.
But we do. They have announced that it's a thing, right? Just like Blue Mage.
I mean, when they announced 7.0, they said it was a thing, but there hasn't been any sort of word about it. So it might be this time. It might be 7.4. Honestly, I have no clue. To be frank.
Got it. Okay. All right. We were talking about context clues, by the way, in the armor. The second that I saw this armor, which is the Sky Deep armor, and there was like this LED shoulder strap and like two little belt pink dots, I knew something was up. I knew something was going on. And there's that moment in that dungeon right after you clear the second boss where you like walk up those stairs and you see the giant fucking LED screen.
Whatever that is. Yeah.
You see the giant Ultra Festival LED screen, and you're kind of, there was definitely you can go and watch my stream of it where I'm just like, what the fuck is that? Like, what?
I think everyone had that. What's brilliant about it?
It was really cool.
Yeah, what's really amazing about that is, did you do, like, during that scene for me, they have a conversation, and I had to pause and do an entire deep dive because, again, whatever you think of this story, right? I think like Dawntrail overall is probably like a solid 6.5 out of 10. It's not bad. I feel like we live in a world where if it's not a 10, it's trash. Like it's fine. It's a fine game. It's not the best story they've ever told, but I enjoy it. I'm having a good time. But one of the things they still do very, very well is they will link things together.
Oh, yeah,
and in
totally.
And in that scene, one of the things that got me was the fact that the
cubes
stuff, the stuff they're talking about in that is related to a variant dungeon. And I'm not going to explain that. Go on that deep dive yourself. But the minute I realized what was happening, I went to the variant dungeon, kind of like the logs you collect in them, read one of the logs, and the log was literally like, here's the thing that happened. And I was like, oh my God, these two are connected. And they totally were. And it was absolutely mind-blowing. And the fact that I figured it out so early, I was thrilled. And that's just good story. Like, that's good storytelling and writing. And so no matter what you think of the overall plot, moments like that are the reason why I love this game. Where I was like, oh!
By variant dungeon, you mean the... I don't think I've done much variant dungeons. It's not like another story dungeon or anything like that. Those are like one of the harder dungeons or something.
The variant dungeons are the ones that there are 3 of them so far.
Okay.
The first one was the subterranean one where you got the backstory of Nanamo and her family, which I love.
Okay, that's
that
the one
fun.
I've done. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the next one was the mountain that had oh God, what's his face? The guy with the glasses who's always up to no good. I can't remember his name to save my life. No, the human that's in Kugane. Why can't I remember his name right now?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I forget his name as well. I know exactly who you're talking about, though.
But the last one takes place on an island.
Okay.
And it's where Matsuya wants you to go to do a thing. And that last one has a plot point that I'm not even going to describe because the minute I do, you'll be like, oh my God, I'm spoiled now.
Yeah. I appreciate
There's
that.
a plot point on that island that if once you discover it, you get a journal entry. And that journal entry literally hints about what it is you're seeing. And this was, I don't know if I guess they did that on purpose, right? But the way it connects so perfectly is really, really great. And made me, because at the time I was like, oh, I love Lalafells even more. This is so good. But this connects in a way that is totally different. It's bizarre. It's
nice.
Super crazy. Love that. But also, speaking of those connections, and you were talking about armor, I'm just going to send you, like, let's do this bad boy. Link. I'll send that. Or let's do...
Wait, where'd you send this?
In party chat.
Oh, okay. Oh, the Manderville
or we'll
weapons.
do
Okay.
this link. But to me, I was like, why in Endwalker did they give us these weapons that look so like
Sci-fi.
DJ future tech? Yeah. And I started to think like maybe that was also a hint. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I've not. I don't think I've seen these. Are these the final?
These are the final versions.
Final tier?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, those are cool for sure.
Yeah, the connection that I made in Dead Baby Dungeon, which is what I will always call it because it's the most insane thing, was I immediately saw like Ronkin technology from the first. There was like those cubes were in the Lahi zone when you do all of that story stuff. So that was my immediate thought of like, oh, okay, I've seen a lot of this architecture. I've seen a lot of these like style of enemies. And then I like walked up and saw the giant, LED wall.
Sure.
And I was like, well, never mind. Unless this is like Ronkin technology that continued to, I don't know. I don't know what this is. So
I will simply say that you are definitely in the right realm of thought.
Okay, cool.
You may not be accurate about what's happening, but you're in the right realm of thought. And I think what's interesting about it is very much like a Realm Reborn. They're setting up a lot of things. And when you hit the end and start going to patch content, if you're like me, you're going to have questions about where the hell any of this is going.
Right. Yeah.
Because there's clearly a point to what's happening, but it's one of those like, what are they cooking up back there?
Sure.
And I think that's what's interesting to me is I said when the game ended, while the story itself, I have a lot of issues with things that I would have changed here or there and nitpicked the hell out of it. There's also a lot that I love that makes me very excited for what's to come. Got absolutely roasted online because they're like, oh, you're just like a Marvel fan where you just care about the next movie. I'm like, no. Huh. They set stuff up really well, and there's things coming down the pipeline that excite me. I can't hate that.
Yeah.
So that's where I am. I'm just thrilled about the potential for something really cool to happen.
Yeah. I would agree. That's where, like, I don't know. When I started counting the number of like stones for the Dawn Servant, and we got to like 6 out of 7 or something, I was like, we're level 94. So this is probably going to happen like 95, which means I don't know what the back half of this expansion is. I'm assuming it has to do with whatever the giant, Golden City thing was. And I guess also whoever it was that killed or whatever happened, I don't know if they're dead. Is it Kryle's dad or Kryle's whatever their relationship
that
is.
That dude was Kryle's grandfather.
Grandfather, that's what it was. Yeah.
The guy who was
he was in the
main
first
story
party
person.
with Galul Jaja.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
This dude was just Keterum was part of that group.
Right. Yeah. And I'm also my chat. That character model, because that character model is unique to that character in terms of the face that they use on that row. I'm going to be very upset if he actually is dead and we never see him again, because that face is too handsome to not give to the players.
They really did make like a handsome man.
I was like,
I
was like, what the? That's a good looking row. Like that, he really popped off with that row.
Yeah.
I don't understand why that row looks so much better than every other row, but they really did. It's very chiseled.
Again, I think that's a symptom of this entire expansion, which is the way they've decided to tell story isn't we're going to tell it all in 7.0, which is what they did for 6.0. And, for a lot of 5.0 and, they had a story that wrapped up in 4.0. This one is very clearly we're telling a story over the course of the 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 as well.
Got it.
And it's connected. So there's like a massive, there's a character, I don't want to name the name. There's a character who I was very upset because I was convinced that was the villain of the entire story. And turned out not to be. And I was like, well, what the hell is this guy going to do? Definitely shows up later. I was like, oh, okay. Well, it's weird that they brought that up in the 7.0 patch or in the, the initial content. Yeah. And then it doesn't show up till later. And I was like, I mean, all right. Okay, I'm fine with it, but it was I had to change my expectations this expansion.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, it's I'm excited to play the rest of a 7.0 and then get to the post-patch content, because we're pretty close. I guess sometime this fall is when 8.0 is going to get revealed, at least somewhat.
Maybe?
Right? So
maybe I would
unless
say,
that's pushed out to next fall.
When did
it came out last summer?
7.2 come out?
Oh, 7.2. I don't know. There have been some
March.
Yeah, there's been a little bit more time in between the patches this time around.
March, April, something like that.
Yeah. So
it's now July. So if you do like 3-4 months, then we'll probably get 7.4
Christmassy time
in December. Yeah, probably.
And then expansion sometime, 7.5 in like April, May, so they could do an expansion next end of summer /
It'll be like August, I would imagine, because they, how they do they'll do like 7.5.
Yeah.
Wait a few weeks or a month or so, and then or maybe longer, and then do 7.55.
Right.
And then it's another couple weeks after that.
And That's maybe a question I have for you. I would suspect we'll probably do another one of these when I finish. 7.0
I would love to know what you think of the end of 7.0.
Yeah, the back.
And what your expectations are for the future. Yeah.
Do you have an idea of where we're going in 8.0? Has that been teased at all?
Not even remotely.
Okay.
I know, and I think that's what's amazing about this is the more I think about it, the reason why I think I see a lot of people who are online making videos, nitpicking things in this expansion is because I don't think any of us know where this is going. And because none of us know where this is going, you don't have anything to look forward to and to be hype about, because it is a mystery as far as I'm aware. Like, hopefully 7.3 will reveal something to us, but we really don't know. And the more they give us, the more mystery it becomes, because it doesn't seem like, it seems very open. And it's probably by design so they can kind of do whatever the hell they want based on player feedback. But it definitely seems like no one knows right now. And I think that leaves it open to people talking about the things that do exist and problems they have with things that do exist. And the interesting thing is, when you look back at some of the things people are posting they have problems with, it's stuff that was a problem in Endwalker and in Shadowbringers.
Yeah.
And in but people had this overarching story and narrative and all these things that they were excited about and ignored the stuff they didn't like. And now that there's nothing to be hype about, all you can focus on are the things you don't like.
Right.
And I think that's why we're seeing a lot more of that. It's, it's kind of the WoW symptom, which was when the expansions were coming out. It was kind of like, I don't like this expansion. Let's talk about the things that also I don't like in this game. And it happens. It's an MMO thing that happens. And so I don't necessarily, none of that phases me. If someone has a complaint, I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah. It comes with the territory for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I guess you could always go back to the line that Emmett had at the end of Endwalker that kind of talked about this area, and you start to think about the other part of that line where he talks about Mercidia or the Dragon area down in, I guess that's
yes, I think south. A lot of people believe Mercidia will be the next expansion, but that's, I think, hopeful.
Yeah.
I have no, again, as the big lore nerd I have no
evidence,
in-game reason why we would go there yet.
Yeah. So my only line of thinking would be that the dragons attack Tuliol, and we go from there. That's maybe another, not necessarily question, but just a statement that I have at this point. I do not know who from the current narrative will stick around post Dawntrail.
Sure.
Apart from the mainstays like the Scions and whatever.
I don't know either. Again, that's one of those things that I don't think anyone truly knows.
Yeah, because there's always they introduce all these new characters, and then there's one or two that tag along from that.
I am curious about that
from that expansion.
For this expansion, what's your vibe on new characters that were introduced and bringing some of the old characters with you here?
In terms of, do I enjoy it or do I dislike it or?
Well, I mean, are you fine with the number? There's a lot of characters. Are you fine with that?
Yeah.
Do you wish there were more or less or?
I'm fine with it. I mean, I think they're giving Cryle a lot more of a spotlight, and from at least the Scion side of things, she's probably the one that's sharing most of the spotlight, or taking most of the spotlight, I should say. I thought it was pretty funny that Thancred and Urianger popped up on Graha Blast's team as kind of a big surprise around 92 or whatever. They're like, well, yeah, of course we're gonna join this person from Charlene. That means we're gonna fight you. I kind of wish they went into that a little bit more. Ultimately, it just meant that we teamed up eventually to do dungeons, which is why I think narratively they were there, so we could do Vala Garmanda or whatever.
with a trust party. I think that's why they existed in that relationship. But then I think like Alize and her brother are fine. Like I'm okay with them taking a back seat. As far as all the other characters, they were pretty quick to like paint what archetypal role they were going to take in terms of the story, right? Like you could very, very quickly pigeonhole them into like, oh, this is gonna be the bad guy, or this is gonna be the guy that's like I fucking hate that I'm using this term non-ironically, but this is like the tsundere guy that's gonna be like, oh, you know, I do this all on my own, but I'll help you if you need it type deal. Like you're a very strong warrior, blah, 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 that type of crap. The goofy, like, I forget what the race is. The lizard people that aren't two-headed and are tiny. Whatever they're
little
called.
like baby lizards.
Yeah,
the little tiny
like
cutie pies.
Yeah, for some reason they're all like evil. They're like evil sorcerer type people. I thought that was pretty funny. And I don't have like strong feelings one way or the other. I think in terms of all the characters that I've met at level 95, I enjoy, and maybe this will probably be, I know this to be controversial. I actually like Wu Lamont for like her Goku or Luffy traits.
I was gonna say, you have watched all of One Piece, or a lot of One Piece?
Like 600
in like
episodes.
the last few years.
Yeah, like 600 episodes, which is only half ultimately. But yeah, like I look at Wu Lamont and I'm like, oh, so this is the character that just, much like Luffy or much like Goku, kind of, you know, walks forward, W keys their way through life and makes it work, ultimately.
Sure.
And I thought that was true even with the fight against Bakul Jaja, where like every single time he does an ability, it's like, oh, you know, Wu Lamont's resolve is tested or whatever, and she gets like stronger and stronger and stronger throughout that fight. I just treated that as like okay, this is like a shonen anime and she's just getting stronger. But I totally get people that are like, yeah, fuck that. Right? Like, that sucks. I could see that side of things as well. I don't think that is a incorrect way of looking at her as a character. But I don't necessarily mind it. So that doesn't that never swayed me away from her. All in all, though, I think the Giants are my favorite. I really enjoy the Giants just as like a entity and as a culture. I think they're pretty badass.
Sure.
And I think their zone, we haven't even gotten, do you have a two-seater mount? I don't know what mounts are two-seater anymore.
Oh, I do have a two-seater mount.
Is the Garland GLIS, is that a two-seater? Yeah, allow for two riders. Okay, here. Let's just walk out over here and we'll go through the zones. You can take Alpha's spot in my motorcycle.
Oh, can you fly in these zones?
Yeah. I do have, I did unlock flying in the first 3 zones.
Get out of there, Alpha.
Oh, poor Alpha. Oh, wait, he doesn't even move. You.
I just hang on for dear life. Oh my God.
You don't even move. That is ridiculous.
It's so funny.
You're the hubcap. Yeah, so this is kind of like, I thought both of these zones were fine, I guess. Like they were pretty, they definitely had the like tropical vibe, but
Are you having cloudy night weather as well?
Yes.
Because the way you're describing it's so funny, because I want to be like, yeah, so that thing over there, it's impossible to see.
Yes, it's very, very cloudy. Which is maybe we can go to the other zone first and hope this clears out.
I will say that, yeah, the zone is kind of whatever. The story's kind of whatever. It's a good starting off point. I think this zone's designed to be visually splendorous. And it's funny because you can't see any of it. But like,
yeah.
It has sort of this Amazonian vibe to it. It has these beautiful cliffs with waterfalls in the distance you can kind of see. it's a gorgeous zone, and during the day the music is very nice, but like the stuff in the zone isn't that compelling. It's a very welcome to the very first zone.
Yes. I would say both zones
right.
are like that. Both of the first like choose your path zones were very much like, okay, I get why people thought that this was slow because this is slow, right? Like the other zone was you're gonna learn how to trade with these like penguin people or these small humans with penguin mask.
But what they do is they set up cultures, right?
Yes,
like,
100%.
And I think
that's
if
what it
you
was.
don't care about the cultures of the people and you just want to go adventure, then you're not going to like it. Like this zone sets up the cultural relations these people have with Tuliolal. The other zone explains the whole trader bartering system and the culture there. And if that's not your vibe, yeah, you're going to be like, what the hell?
Yeah. Did that port you as well? God,
It did.
It's freaking misty over here as well. How did this happen? How did they know we were going to be recording?
It teleported me to the wrong zone.
Wait, really?
It did, but that's fine. I can go to, where are you? Are you at Many Fires or? No, you're in Urkapacha.
I'm in Wachun Pello. You know, it just rolls right off the tongue. Yeah. Yeah. This is the like barter zone, which again, I
and
thought
this one
was
is
like
very
fine.
like Peruvian. You can tell what everything's inspired by, and I love this. I love it. There's sort of like very Peruvian ruins, and there's a lot in this one that's very cool. But again, it's visually it gives you a vibe, and culturally it gives you a vibe. But like story wise, it's all right. Again, it isn't. It isn't this zone exists because we're going to tell a compelling narrative. It's like this zone exists because we're expanding the world and we're including this people. Which, again, not everyone's vibe. It's one of the reasons why a lot of A Realm Reborn doesn't land well. Because it literally is, here's a new zone with new people and learn about them. All right, moving on.
Yeah, yeah. It would be... I would be very... And I think this question is forming in my brain because of my time with World of Warcraft. But if they ever decide to change the leveling path, I feel like this would be an alternative path to start a character in this game. And you could like start in this area and work your way to higher level zones, kind of like a Gridania or, the big three like Thanlan, or Shroud or Lenosha or anything like that. But who knows if we ever get that? What the heck is that thing? The Queen Hawk. Oh, that's like an S rank or something.
Yeah.
I
definitely think that when I questioned Yoshida about this, that's pretty much what I was asking. Like, hey, man, is there going to be a new starting way for people to join where they don't have to experience the other story? And based on this expansion and based on what he said, it doesn't appear there ever will be.
Huh, okay.
I think the dude
it's
is
hard
like,
to do.
Yeah, I think he was like, it is a story, and you are the same character you were back in A Realm Reborn, and to bring people in at this point, you would miss out on all that and not have any of the, like, coming into this, if everyone was like, wow, that's the hero, yeah, sure, in this part of the world, no one knows, but part of the gimmick is the fact they don't know is what's cute about it. Because at any point in time, you could one-shot every one of these dudes who's challenging you.
Yeah. And again, to reiterate, I love that. I love that we're just kind of like this secret badass that no one, apart from the people who do, know. I think like Galul Jaja knows, obviously because of our duel.
Sure.
But apart from that, like, no one really does. I wonder... Okay, well, that road definitely goes on, so I don't know where that leads to.
That road, hilariously, leads to a zone, and this is one of the things where I almost was upset about until I realized I didn't particularly care. But that is the road you take. If you could see and it wasn't cloudy, there's like colorful fields and stuff over there. So when you fought, I keep wanting to call him Tritalk, but that's the Final Fantasy VI American version name. Valagramanda. When you fought that guy,
yeah,
that's where the battle takes place over there.
Oh, okay.
So they
All right.
say he flew off to another area of
Oh, right.
Yaktol.
Yeah.
And so you go over there and it's like a whole other zone, but it doesn't exist. And
Got
I'm
it.
fine with that because it is like, it's a big world and you don't have to necessarily go there. But I'm also like, they should have just done it in this zone then. Because now I'm like, I want to know what's over there.
Yeah. I mean, I get both ways.
Yeah, it's unnecessary, but it's one of those things where I was like, oh, man.
I do love the storytelling through the zone right here with the giant slash marks on this mountain ahead of us.
Love that stuff. Yeah, that's cool.
That when I first got flying and I kind of flew through the zones off stream, I was like, I like that. That looks badass. I love that it just shows like how, impactful that Valagarmonda was on the city. The fact that on the zone, I guess I should say, the region that 100 years after the fact, they still exist. And they're still
That's super
threatening. Cool. So I really like that area. I loved the fields right below us. I thought it was kind of weird.
Salt.
Yeah, the
flats.
salt. Yeah, I thought it was weird when they're like, all right, these are the red giants, and these guys, they're bad guys. That was kind of strange.
I mean, yeah, they do that. The thing is, they do that with the
They do it a lot,
and
yeah.
they do it with the Ixit. Everyone has that, but it is funny when you come across it where it's like, don't go over there. That's where the bad guys are. It's like, okay.
Yeah, those are the bad giants. They're over there. And then you meet the bad giant boss, and he's like, well, actually, you're Wook Lamont does the Goku thing, where she's just so overbearingly nice that eventually they're like, well, I can't hate you. I can't have a gripe with you. You're just a lovable goof. So sure, I'll just be really angry towards you, but that's it. Oh, you can't go down right there. Yeah, I enjoyed this area. These guys were my favorite in the zone, only because
I love that you love the Giants.
I love the
don't know
Giants
many
for a
people
lot
who
of
are
reasons, but their names are what sold me. Because their names, it sounds like whoever named all of these people were drunk. And they were slurring their words. Oh yeah, that's Lurmur. And then you've got Zerlifer. Every single one that is, oh yeah, here's Borbadurler. I love that here's Farlader and Yorgawar. Roger, that their naming nomenclature is, or their nomenclature, because I think that's redundant, is hilarious to me. I love that that's how all of them are named. And I forget the big one, the giant, or the giant Yakhoi that you meet.
Well, the boss of the third dungeon.
Yeah,
second dungeon, whatever it is. Yeah.
The test, the one that gives you the little stone or whatever. He's just massive, and I really enjoyed him. And I like their architecture and I think they're one of the tribes that you get quest with. I think, at least. I'm not
I think
100% certain.
I think they're going to be the third one. Yes.
Okay.
And I would wager we'd get more info on the red guys.
Yeah, and why they have the division between the two.
I mean, also you've done the zone. We spend very little time actually in their area of the zone.
Oh, it's very quick. It's oh yeah, by the way, this Valagamanda is a badass. Oh, okay. Here's the red guy. Oh shit, someone let him out. We got to go fight him.
So I feel like we'll go back to that area and mess around with their part of the zone for sure.
Yeah. This made me think of Final Fantasy 11, by the way. These mobs right here.
Oh, there's so many Final Fantasy 11 mobs. Yeah. These guys are definitely there.
Yeah, that was a big FF11. In fact, I would say the other zone, which I love that the entire time that we're here, it's completely fogged out. But the other zone
perfect timing.
Reminds me of Final Fantasy 11 zone that's right after Juno, and it's low 30s. It's a forest in 11. And I remember grinding for a very, very, very long time in that jungle. I forget the name of the jungle. Maybe like is it Yaktul or is that no? That's where we're at. Yaktul.
No, that's where we're at.
Yeah, I forget the name.
I know exactly what you mean, though. Yeah,
I did so much grinding in that the second I saw that other zone, I was like, "Holy shit!" Okay, I really enjoy that. These guys, the merchants were kind of, whatever. Like, I still don't understand why they have masks. I thought that the alpacas were
Final Fantasy X callback. Basically.
Is it a 10 callback? Okay,
it is.
I guess that makes sense. There's the golden llama, whatever that means. The golden fleece, I guess.
He's the shiny, I guess.
Yeah, but these guys were pretty cool. Or I guess more exact. I'm indifferent to them. I didn't think that they were bad, but I was just kind of like, okay, she's learning that this is like a trade culture, and that's what they do.
Sure.
I like the goblins. Goblins were great. I love that there's a goblin parallel here as well. And they're called something slightly different than what they are in
Are there moblins in this one? Or what do they call them in this?
Let's port over there. Is
that's in the previous zone we were just
I think that is that mini fires? I think it's mini fires because that sounds goblin. I don't know if it's gonna port you as well.
I just got thrown off my mount.
Does that just drop you down to the ground?
It 100% ports me back to a place. But I can go to many fires. I've been there before.
Yeah, many fires is the okay, now it's clear. Oh, now the zone looks very nice. Yeah, I like this zone. I like these characters. They were pretty quick when you like jump back to the town and you're like, hey, this guy's from Charlene and you're gonna help them like be a goldsmith. And I was like, what? This is so like, what are we doing?
Oh,
like,
that's over in what is that place? Earthen Shrine.
Okay,
Earthenshire.
Is that
It's
below
to the
us?
west. It looks like a pot, like
west.
a giant
and like
pot town.
You meet that random like goldsmith that was on the boat with you. And I was like, all right, well, I guess that character is going to come back. And then you go immediately to the goblin village and like, oh, we need an artisan. No one wants to work with us. Yada, yada. Oh, okay. Yeah. Here's a guy we just, ventured with 10 minutes ago type deal. And that was fine. Like it was you could put that together super quickly. But I like the goblins. I like how they spoke. I like that they're not just like bad people on this continent as well, because they very easily could have done that. And this zone's cool. This area reminded me a lot of, funny enough, of Nier. In terms of the architecture. Yeah. This place is cool though. I'm assuming that this place is also a beast tribe of sorts in the future, especially given the crafting aspect. Is that not true?
No comment. I would say that yes and no. Because the crafting stuff, a lot of that takes place in Tuliolol, and they're part of that storyline.
Got it. Okay. Love this area. Love this entire backdrop. I accidentally walked through the broken ships over here while I was just out journeying, and I was like, I bet you that's a story thing. And then literally the next quest, it's like, yeah, you got to go to the ships of the shipwrecks and get something. So I called that. Still can't pronounce anything in this area. We're currently in Ihuk Yaktumu. And
Close enough.
There's the Marsh Legaka. Have they talked about how they named any of that? Was that in any panels or anything they did? I really wonder what inspired all of
that
their
I'm aware
names.
of. Maybe it was, but I would wager that based on some of the story elements, they had a team that went to either South America or knew something about South and Central America, and then added stuff to it.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely a lot of things here that are not Spanish, but more like native.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, I don't know how to pronounce half of this. If it was a little more like Spanish, I'd be like, okay, I have an understanding of that. But yeah, a lot of this is very difficult to pronounce in my white boy, like, what the hell's that say? What your Mikey?
Yeah, that's the only one I know. I also love seeing this guy and the story element with this guy, only because I really enjoy 12, and that like mechanism that is on that mount is very much a 12 inspired mechanism. So, and then last but not least, out of these 3 zones and potentially a lot of zones in the game, the third zone that you go to, I ported to Yachtel, the Brock's place.
You mean the zone with the song that like comes out of nowhere?
Yeah, it very much, at least for me, it's very much the Lahi of this X-Pack.
Interesting.
Is how I interpreted this this zone, because I came out of a cutscene. I think I came out of the big like dead baby reveal cutscene, and then the song started. And I was like, all right. I wasn't expecting that. But yes, this.
Thankfully, it's nighttime, so we won't be hit with it immediately. But yeah.
Yeah, I adore this zone.
This part's awesome. This area is cool. The little like weird chocobo looking dudes.
Yeah.
That you can kind of see inside them. That's cool as hell. Yeah, This zone's beautiful. Even the fact that the north east is that kind of war zone.
Yes.
There's a lot of really good storytelling in this zone that I absolutely love. And I think that's like, again, all the zones have some really good environmental storytelling. But the things you're doing in the zones aren't about those things. They're about, like, for this zone, for example, it's a cook-off.
Yes. Yeah, it is indeed.
You know, like it's a war zone and there's 2 factions that hate each other, and it's like, wow, man, this is crazy. Look at all this beautiful stuff, and there's the whole dead baby thing, and then it's like, but it's a cook-off. You're like, oh, okay.
I was still, it was my response to like very dramatic, ooh, that thing was cool. That's the mob you were kind of talking about. The star card right there.
Those things are neat.
My response to dramatic storytelling reveals is usually one of like laughter. And so when they were like, you know, we killed 99 out of 100 of our children, basically until we get the blessed, I started laughing because I'm like, that's so unbelievably counter vibe to what, like we spent the rest of the zone cooking.
Yeah. We made barbecue. Yeah.
And by the way, just so you have feelings and understand why this character is kind of an asshole, yeah, his culture kills all of the kids until you get the blessed.
Did you look over the edge in the dungeon?
Yeah, you could see the little jars on the ground.
Like thousands of it. Was crazy. I was like, oh my God.
It was fucking wild. I was shocked when I did that. It was a bizarre experience to stumble upon that. And they reference it and they make commentary on it a little bit, but they kind of like hand wave and it's like, it's okay. That's your past. You know, you were an asshole. It was tradition. You kind of just blindly followed it. You're good. Just don't do it again. And then we kind of move forward.
Which again is a very like Waklamut, like I'm glad you've changed your ways kind of vibe.
W key forward.
But yeah, but I think a lot of people want more on that.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like you don't need to sell me on. Again, I think this expansion is a solid 6.5. You don't need to sell me on the things that they could have done better. Like I probably agree with you most of the time, but it doesn't lessen my enjoyment of it.
Right.
I understand what they're doing. And yeah, Waklamut is definitely like a Luffy and is just, I'm here to bring positive vibes to a place that is not very positive.
Yeah. So this zone, both, I would say both story-wise and aesthetics and vibe-wise has been my favorite of the first 3.
By the way, that lake right there, just for the record, this huge empty looking lake
yes,
is filled with crafting stuff.
Oh, really? It's got like
You can
mining
swim
nodes?
into it and go under. I had
Oh.
no clue till I started doing crafting things. It was
Oh,
like,
shit.
Yeah, there's tons of stuff down here to do. I was like, get out of town.
Oh,
I
that's
love
like a
stuff
wrecked
this.
ship. Yeah, this looks cool. Oh, that makes sense. It's like a hot air balloon because there's the hot air balloon place right next to it. Damn, I wonder how deep does that go? You don't really get to.
You could definitely go to the bottom, I think, right?
This is the bottom right here. Some areas you can.
Then it might be just on the edge of where the edge is where you can get the stuff then.
Yeah, damn, that's a big ass fish too. That fish is bigger than us.
Yeah, I love stuff like there's little things in this zone that absolutely I'm like, yes, okay. But again, I think the zones are crafted very well in this expansion. And the ones you're going to see in the future, you'll be like, oh my God, very well done. And I think it's also because they have the new graphics update where they're just like, let's show off a little bit.
Let's show off, yeah. I did enjoy that they kind of did it in the barter zone with the giants, but I did enjoy them not like splitting the zone in two so that you go through it when you start the expansion and then you come back at like level 96 to 97 and go back through the other portion of it. I like that we experienced all three of these zones as a whole before the like halfway point that usually happens throughout the previous expansions. So
it was a nice little subversion of expectations based on the last couple of expansions. I hope they do more of that. Like I'm thinking like dungeons as an example, where the whole two-pack boss thing.
Yeah. I'm
like, all right, okay, I get what this is.
We get it.
Switch it up. Give me some new weird things. Let's get crazy with it. And so, I'm fine with having my expectations subverted as long as they, make it something fun and unique and interesting. Sure.
I have not flown back here. I don't know. This must be.
Oh, there's literally another lake over here.
Huh? Yeah, I just
or
saw
cenote.
the lake. Oh wow. Yeah, I wonder. Oh, that you can dive into.
Yeah,
oh
dude,
shit.
There's a lot of crazy stuff.
I didn't even
know
that.
Don't. A lot of this until you do gathering things or you do like a quest, it'll not mention it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which is super interesting.
That's very cool. I do know that I guess like kind of wrapping up things that I know about that I actually am curious for you to thumbs up or thumbs down. The planetary exploration stuff. How's that?
Thumbs up on music, thumbs up on visuals, thumbs up on activities, thumbs down on grind because I'm just not a grinder and I hate grinding. And I did it and I saw some cool stuff and was like, well, this was fun. And then noped out real quick. And everyone's like, you can go back and do more of that? Probably I'll wait until the next phase.
Okay.
Because I don't like grinding things for the sake of like grinding,
Yeah. Okay. I know that those exist, but I haven't seen any of the locales or anything like that. So that's very interesting for me to hear.
I think when you get there, there will be videos of you to watch it come together. So I don't know if they did that for Ishgard, but for this, when I missed one of the level ups of the base, I got a little video that showed me it leveling up, and I was like, oh, that's fun. So even if you weren't there, you get to see the process of how it grew.
I hope so. Yeah, I would love to see that.
Because it looks totally different now than when it started.
Oh, okay. Was it like it like, I'm assuming since it's planetary exploration, are you like putting an outpost down and then
so you're on the so it starts on the moon and you're building a moon base.
Okay.
And they have some of the most like hype welcome to space Star Trek-y music ever. And a lot of it's like you can get a space suit, like almost a Star Trek looking suit. And then you build the base. So phase one is like we're building a base to go and do this thing. And it started as a little tiny moon shack, and now it's this massive facility, and it's very cool.
Cool. Okay. I like that the music drops out, by the way, when you come down.
Oh, yeah, for the very sad locale?
Yeah. Yeah, for the... I was seeing if there was any dead
No,
baby
you have
jars.
to go in the dungeon. Yeah.
It's just... I think I actually remember someone tweeting out a year ago for a rather viral tweet something about dead babies being in the game. And so I kept going back to that, but I never found the tweet, and I don't know if it was like a meme reference or I don't remember what it was, but I was not. I guess as soon as I saw the like, oh yeah, we dead baby dungeon, I was like, right, I knew about this. It's
a shocking turn. It's wild that it happens. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. What else is there that I guess I have one qualm. That is someone who, and we both are part of Crown of Thorn. For people that are wanting to jump in or join us, you can't, because Aether has been closed. Specifically, Genova has been closed since January.
Yes.
You cannot, like.
By the way, stop. Turn around.
Oh, the tree.
Do you see that boy? Do you see that boy on the ground?
What guy?
Turn around, head back. That way. Do you see that boy? That big blue boy?
I have not seen that guy. Look at that guy.
I love him.
That guy's awesome. Those are those lemurs? Is that's a lemur?
I think
right?
it's supposed to be a flying squirrel. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can get that as a mount. One of those things. Look at that, and it flies around with this like flying squirrel wings out. It's great. Love it.
Damn, I gotta get that. I gotta hit level 100 and get that. But yeah, you can't. Like, I hope that they comment on that. I don't think that they will, because I understand that they're trying to get people to go to underutilized servers in terms of population.
Sure.
But like, God, it's like it, and you have world transfers and all that stuff, but you can't be in the same FC as someone world transferring. You have to be on their server, and so that's the only downside to all of that. And as a member of Crown of Thorns, I've noticed since I started playing, no one's playing because of where we're at in the game and the expansion, 7.3 is still weeks out. But 2, there are no new faces in the FC because no one can join.
Well, let me tell you, first off, 1, as a person who plays constantly, after Endwalker, after Shadowbringers during that time period, between expansions, there's hardly anyone in the FC anyway. Like,
yeah, you just think it's a normal thing.
I definitely think it's a normal thing in that, because a lot of the streamers aren't, because it's a lot of streamers in the guild.
Yeah, it's a
FC.
streamer guild ultimately.
Because they aren't online, the people who want to play with them aren't online either, and so that's just like it's the way it is. Like, I'll log in and I'll see the same like 12 people over and over and over again who are playing. But for the most part, when it picks up, when it starts to, there's a lot of chatter is suddenly right before a new expansion. And then that period during the expansion.
Yeah. And that was, going back to like Heaven's Ward, that was always, for me, the best part about streaming it is people will be like, oh, Final Fantasy, how is this game? Is this game good? Oh, your guild is open. We can join in. Oh yeah, sure. I'll go ahead and create a character on Genova and we'll jump in. And like the majority of those people are still in the FC if they haven't gotten kicked out for inactivity or other reasons. But like they can't do that. And there's other streamers that have wanted to play or have played Final Fantasy in the past, and they're like, yeah, I would love to, come and play with you guys, but I can't because I can't go to your server.
Yeah, I think the big problem with what you're talking about, and what I completely agree on, is the fact that we're locked down because we have so many people on the server collectively.
Yeah.
We're like the biggest one in the States, right?
Yes.
The problem is that there's a catch-22 of they want you to go, if you're a new player, to another server. But by doing that, their options are go to a place where no one is at.
Right.
And when you go there and there's no one playing, it makes you want to play less because it's an MMORPG.
Right.
And yeah, there are many people who don't care. They want to play the single player aspects of the story, and that's fine. That's mostly me, to be honest. But when it comes to, the finding a group for a dungeon, raid, finding stuff on the auction house, finding all that stuff, there's less of it. And so overall, while on this server, if I, am a healer, I can get into a party immediately. But if I were to go to a different one, it's a different experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's tough because you're saying go to those servers, which is fine. They definitely should populate other servers, but if no one's there, then you're not going to want to play. Thus, the population stays low.
Right. Yep. Yeah,
And I feel like the only solution is like combining the different worlds. But to do that, I think that would be like someone at Square Enix would have to take an ego hit and be like, we don't have the population for those areas, so we've shrunk down the server size, which I'm sure someone would be like, we're a failure.
Yeah. With how Japanese game development is, yes, probably. Or even removing the cultural aspect with how Square Enix is.
Yes. Square Enix especially. They don't like,
Yeah.
when they take a hit, they make the biggest ridiculous deal out of it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, all right.
Yeah. So that's maybe my only concern. And the other side of that coin is you could very easily be like, well, why don't you move the FC? If we were to move our FC, not only would, 400 people potentially be displaced and not have their houses from the housing market, you do get your gold back, but getting those houses on another server is going to be a massive pain in the ass. And you also lose the like submarine and airship ranks for the FC house, which are a huge grind. Like, I want to say it takes like a year, like an actual year to get all that stuff leveled up. So it's not a super swift and easy thing just to like move. And it's a little frustrating because, again, I do have a bunch of people that like want to play, viewers and friends that want to play, but I tell them like, you can world transfer, but you can't join the server. Maybe that'll change with 7.3. Maybe the server will become unlocked for a little bit, but it hasn't since January.
Yeah, I don't know where the Grinding Gears guys are. I think they're definitely, they might be on Crystal maybe, but they're not on Aether. And like, they've got a huge thriving guild. And so like, if you need a guild to feel like you belong somewhere, then that's a good option.
Okay, that's
there's
good
plenty
to
of
know.
other places. It isn't just us.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I get wanting to play with the streamer that you like. However, I will say again, there's oftentimes this guild seems empty because the streamers aren't online. And I'm fine with that. I don't personally care. But like, I get it when, the guild is filled with people, but more people want to play with their online bud rather than buy them. Like, I get it. I completely understand.
Yep. I mean, right now, just for the sake of conversation, 15 people are online with 447 members.
Sure.
That's crazy.
And I would wager, if I went to go look, it would be the same members who are kind of constantly online.
Sure. Yeah. There is a new adventure. I wonder how there's a level 35 new adventure. I wonder
That's fun.
I wonder how they got here. If that's like an old character, I should just message them. Who are you?
Yeah.
How did you make?
How'd you get in here? I mean,
'cause
we've
what is
definitely
their-
let people in over the last couple of years. Like I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
Could be someone from Jenna's stream, maybe. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I know Jenna's streaming a lot of this lately, or at least playing it.
Yeah.
Although, with that said, all the names I see here, I only recognize you, me, and two others. Everyone else appears to be relatively new-ish.
Okay. Well, maybe they came from somewhere else in terms of somewhere else on the server. The other,
Yes, probably.
The other thing that's 447 might be the lowest number. It's always been capped out at 512. And we've
Sure.
always had a wait list. The wait list has always been full to get into the guild.
Again, I think it's just a sign of we're in between. It's a expansion where it's very divisive, and it's also an expansion where no one knows where anything's going, and so no one is like, I gotta be in, I gotta be ready. I imagine as we start to see 7.4, 7.5 new expansion stuff, hype will build back up because it always does.
Yeah, it's the wave of this game.
Yeah.
I just wonder if we will see that number increase because you quite literally cannot make a new character as a new player
on this server, on this, let alone on this.
Now, is
data
that
center.
a permanent thing, or because
So
they
they
had it
changed
for a while
those.
that certain times of days you couldn't do it, but if it was like 3 a.m., you definitely could.
Yeah, so you cannot like this server has been closed since January.
Interesting.
From any new characters being created. I think on the data center, there's been a handful of servers that have not been closed, but for whatever reason, Aether and like you said earlier,
Well, I mean, it's one of the
Genova
few places where you still have to wait to get in. It's
Yeah.
still like a 13-person wait to get in.
Well,
to
a
the
lot
server.
of that I think is anti-DDoS protection, where they put
Sure,
that
sure,
into,
but still, like,
yeah. I mean, we
crazy.
could still. If we go to Limsa right now, I bet you it's still packed. I haven't been to Limsa in quite some time.
I promise you, it always is. We will
there's-
see whatever kind of madness there.
Yeah, like it's packed. It's absolutely packed. And most of these people are not AFK. Like they're just.
Yeah, people run around and they
A lot of
dance
wanderers,
and they.
too.
Yeah.
I'm kind of shocked to see. I would say there's more wanderers than there are natives here.
And I think that goes back to what I was saying before, which is people want to be on servers with people. And when you as a company say, go to another server and populate that, please, and then it will have people, not many people want to do that. They want to go where people are.
Yeah. I love running around here because I always get cosplay. Like this guy, Trues.
My dude is just, he's like, I got work to do.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Who else? I haven't, that's the other thing. I haven't seen a lot of the new glamour stuff from this expansion. So it's all lot of like whatever this weird, oh, that was a raid group or something that just disappeared right there.
Yeah, they all left. They were like, we're gone. Bye.
This is like, what is that, that mobile game that's like for women? Love, is it Love and
Deep Space?
Love and Deep
I
Space?
only know
yes.
this because I did a reaction thing to it like 2 days ago.
Yeah. That fit is very Love and Deep Space to me. That this individual Akane is wearing, but yeah, okay. A lot of these I've seen before. Oh, I like those joggers, those like sweatpants that Mugi has on. They're pretty good.
I see those. Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad. How is
Are you over here just like hunting for like, how do I make my bunny girl hot? Is that what I'm getting right now? Is that
No,
what I'm getting right now?
I'm just looking.
Uh-huh.
I'm just looking to see what's out there. Like I haven't
Right,
seen.
Yeah.
What? That's like
Window
a polo
shopping.
shirt. What is this polo shirt from? That my May has. Where is that?
That has a little chocobo on it?
The recreation aisle. Oh, is that from the aisle? Huh. I've maxed that out, but I have not seen that. And then we see all the old favorites. So, Garlic
like this hoodie
Jim.
over
Oh
here.
my God, Jesse Cox. I think it's your doppelganger. Garlic
Old
Jim.
Garlic Jim.
And look, he's even got Kefka. He's even got a wind-up Kefka. Look at that guy.
I like that he's like me, but with a goatee. And frankly, I'm here for Garlic Jim.
That's what I'm saying. He's like your evil doppelganger.
I love him.
That's crazy. I
saw a guy who was the exact clone of me the other day, and I was so happy. I was like, yeah, look at him.
I did purchase this, but I haven't done anything with it yet. This is one of my only purchases so far. Oh God, this is like when Zoolander meets what's his name? And
Garlic Jim. Garlic Jim. Garlic Jim.
Oh my God, I wonder if he knows. No, I think that this is just like a pure appreciation situation. Oh,
Yeah,
he's off.
I can't help it. He's off. He's done.
He's gone. He's
Bye,
gotta
Garlic
go.
Jim.
We'll
Bye,
never-
buddy.
We'll never see him again. We'll never see him
That's
again.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
I hope he has fun.
That's kind of everything. That's everything I've got, at least to report on. I don't know if you have any other questions, but probably
I
a
think
good
you will
stopping
have
point.
many more thoughts and many more questions in 5 levels.
Yeah. When I finish up the expansion.
Like more so than any other expansion.
Okay. That is
that is something that as a player excites me rather than frustrates me.
Sure. I'm the same way. I think I like when people take wild swings.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. As someone who kind of just came off of a rather generational run of Expedition 33 into Death Stranding 2 into Donkey Kong Bonanza, where I feel like all three of those are one, tonal whiplash, and two,
Sure.
like crazy swings. I'm
Yeah,
excited
yeah.
to see what the crazy swings are in this.
Yeah, I like when people take chances, and if it doesn't land, it doesn't land, but at least they tried a thing. And I'm a big fan of that. And honestly, I'm here to bask in the success or complete failure, but at least someone said, let's try, you know? So
Yeah.
I'm curious. I'm really curious what you think.
Yeah. Fantastic. We'll do another one of these. Maybe it won't be 2 hours. Jesus. I hope I didn't. I know you only had a certain amount of time. I didn't even realize we were blabbing for 2 hours, but
It is all right.
it's been a year since, honestly,
Yeah.
we've done any content together. So it was good to chit chat, and we'll do it again sometime soon. I don't think it's going to take me that long to get through the rest of the story. So we'll do it then.
I will
whenever that is.
wait with bated breath.
Fantastic. I guess this is going up on my channel. Do you want to do any shout outs? Do you have anything to say for the peoples?
Yeah, I have no idea when this is going up exactly, but whenever it does, be aware that the last week of July, whatever that is for you, we are going to start a new YouTube channel designed literally to test the algorithm. It is not the most like high class content. It's a reaction channel where I react to the things that Gen Alpha and Gen Z are into. It's called Too Old for This, and the videos have made me laugh very hard, and hopefully they will make you laugh as well. And it's me discovering things I did not know were real. Like we were saying, Love in Deep Space. I just learned about that. And so yeah, we have a backlog of videos that will probably start going up next week. Or whatever week that is for you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Are you taking submissions, or do you already have a content catalog?
I'll take submissions.
Because I'm on the TikToks, Jesse Cox. I'm in tune with the culture.
Oh, me too. I watched a whole show. By I say me too, I mean only recently. I watched a whole show starring a bunch of TikTokers called Attaway General.
Oh,
Which is, imagine what I assume are 16-year-olds, but they are doctors at a hospital. And it is incredible. It's like what I would do if I had limited money and was 16 years old. I'd make a TV show. It is played completely straight. It's like crazy. There's this one, I would assume 16-year-old boy who his character's like the bad boy, but he looks like such a sweetheart. It's impossible to take him seriously. Where he's like, I get into trouble all the time. And it's like, how'd you get in trouble? Being too cute? Like, what the hell? It's great. Love it. I'm existing in this world now, and I've been having a blast.
fantastic. Fantastic. Where do I get the leisure wear high cut shirt? Look at this Quetax Pragma guy. Look at that's some glamour right there. You know what I'm saying? See what
I mean, there's places. I don't want to spoil things.
Okay. All right.
Places.
Yeah. Well, maybe cut to the next video where I'm wearing that full set.
Yeah.
We'll see where it's at. All right, fantastic. Thank you so much. Go make sure and subscribe to Jesse Cox's new channel if that's up. If not,
It does exist. There's literally nothing there now. It's called Too Old for This Channel.
okay. Well, go do it anyways. Get in there before the algorithm gets you, because he's going to be all over it, right, Jesse?
I'm gonna figure out what the algorithm says. Yes, for the first time ever, I'm actually gonna try.
He's lathering himself up with the algo.
Ooh.
He's just putting it all on him.
Rubbing down.
Okay. We'll see you in a year, Jesse Cox. Have a good one. Bye, everyone.